Welcome to your magical moon message. This is the peace dealer. The moon is in Aquarius. The sun is in Capricorn. The moon is second house to this activating new moon in Capricorn. So what we're doing is we're manifesting the extraordinary knowledge of superpowers, but really this collective power and self-realization of your highest self and being. This, of course, is following the ascension cycle in Sagittarius. So now that, just to recap, a new moon to the first quarter square is activation. So you have the Aries signature with the new moon, then you have the Taurus signature with the moon in Aquarius, then you have the Gemini signature with moon in Pisces, and then we have the first quarter square with the Cancer signature with the moon in Aries. So while we get from now till moon in Aries, we're literally, since this is a cardinal new moon cycle, Aries new moon, Libra new moon, Cancer new moon, and Capricorn new moon, you're activating power. This is amazing because the moon on Saturn in Aquarius is giving you extraordinary karmic, knowledgeable understanding of the nature of this power, because we know Saturn rules a Capricorn. So not only are you manifesting the understanding of the knowledge of manifesting the activation of now not just power, but power expressed physically at the highest level of your being, this is also linking you into understanding and intuiting the strategies of world leaders and where these collective enforcements and mandates influence and affect you. Everything about the moon in Aquarius, especially, we're manifesting knowledge of the future and what's meant to happen. So be very mindful intuitively of what you pick up on social trends, collective trends. You may just kind of gain an inner knowing and insight about things before they're even announced. And with the square to Uranus and Taurus, that level of claircognizance is being physically manifested in very eccentric ways, and also very supernatural ways too. It's actually kind of interesting because like a transit like this induces supernatural phenomena that en route and in connection to Aquarius gives you an understanding of what you're actually inducing and experiencing. But I'm really excited about this because if we think of Capricorn and this new moon as activating superpowers, the constant that everyone's going through collectively is that everyone has a spirit, and everybody's spirit and life force is the unique expression of their soul. And so everybody has their own unique ability. Not everyone expresses it fully, but the whole purpose of the Great Awakening en route with the newer generation of children born and individuals born after 1995 with Pluto Sagittarius, everybody collectively is reestablishing and connecting with their unique abilities. Some of it is a magical ability, some of it is just an aspect of their energy, some of it is like a literal superpower, right? So like you're coming into, for the first time, the complete knowledge, because if it was just moon in Aquarius, it would be some aspect of knowledge relative to what level and nature of this cycle you're in. But Jupiter's in Pisces now, so this is now complete Saturn knowledge, Aquarius understanding moon. You're understanding the complete and total knowledge, especially relative to you Saturn in Aquas having your Saturn return, and the last time Saturn was in Aqua in 91, 92, 93, you're manifesting because it's second house to the Cap Sun. So this awareness of the real self-realization too, because this is still trine Uranus, so this is all practical. The reason why you're going to understand this knowledge is you're going to actually physically do this. And this is at the highest supernatural level that will also manifest, this knowledge will manifest an evolution of a metaphysical experience legitimately beyond your ability to process this through synchronicities that literally just take this to a whole nother level. And this is really cool because you've reached a position with this new moon cycle where you've kind of crystallized the understanding of yourself, but now at the highest level, where Jupiter in Pisces over the next few months is going to be answering the question why you went through everything you've went through, especially since 2016, which answered how you got into these situations. So this is definitely going to be miraculous, actually, as I feel like for many of you, you might have been stuck about how to really operate at this higher level of embodiment and self-realization. Capricorn is the self-realized being. Even Capricorns, when they're babies, like, they know who they are. That's why they have resting bitch face. Most of them aren't even really trying to deal with all this extra responsibility, and they're like, hell no, I'm trying to progress. And okay, never mind. But like, seriously, it's self-realization at an incredible level. And now, because this is a collective transit, what's happening with this Great Awakening too is that it's kind of like a collective event. It's one collective event happening over this cycle, especially in preparation for Mars that's finally returning to Capricorn since 2020, which is going to bring war. It started with pestilence. Now Mars is the first sign to finish the cycle. War's next, then famine when Jupiter comes through, and of course, big OG death Saturn. But other than that, yeah, shout out to the 4 horsemen. Did you forget we're in the apocalypse? This whole Great Awakening is inducing and awakening a collective event that happens to everyone, but Uranus and Taurus is saying the way you manifest and express that is individual to you. So even if you know other firebenders as a fire sign, the way you kind of express that is unique to you. And this is where you're the most revolutionary part of the equation, because your uniqueness is a piece of the puzzle that is pushing forward consciousness with the advent of you literally just being yourself, which I mean is just honestly super badass. I'm gonna just be real. So harness that life force. I kind of want to emphasize that the moon on Saturn, while Mercury has entered Aquarius, is literally aligning neural pathways in your brain to process this higher level of knowledge, especially in relation to your awareness of superpowers, of your abilities. And mainly it's less about superpowers and more about your awareness of the power of your higher self. This is expressed in Capricorn through decisive power, because you can think in Gemini and you can feel in Cancer. You can be courageous in Leo, you analyze in Virgo, but you decide in Capricorn. And once you decide, it's a wrap. That's it. Cut. All right, we've decided that you're a sack of shit and you're getting the hell out of the set. Please replace this dumbass actor. That's Capricorn. That's the director. And that's why Virgo is 9th house to Capricorn, because decisions are influenced by analysis. Capricorn believes in analysis to make proper decisions. So in that vein, now that we're manifesting this decisiveness with an understanding of the knowledge involved, this is going to have you download at the highest level a complete understanding of how uniquely to you to manifest your abilities, how to literally activate, because remember, this is an activation cycle, how to activate the embodiment of your highest character, which is aligning you with integrity, and will come with a fair share of tests to see if you're going to allow external events to knock you off the embodiment of a vibe you feel from within. So this is, I don't know, I think if you're an earth or air sign, you're gonna really favor this transit. I think if you're a fire or water sign, this will really structure a lot of your energy and how deeply you feel. And this is really going to bring a lot into perspective, because what happens is after you manifest this knowledge, now you're going to develop those skills, because you're literally on the precipice. You already either have done this or you're on the precipice of accepting, oh my gosh, there's a higher level, because you've already finished the apotheosis. Sagittarius season was you ascending into your higher self. So now this is you focusing all of that into a single point Capricorn and stepping into your greatest power. So once the moon goes into Pisces, you're now, after you manifest the activation of the superpower, developing divine skills and practicing. This is the first attitude development, because you're going to be receptive to the metaphysical insight once you manifest your higher self. And now you are experiencing the divine element of that. So just keep that in mind. That's what's next. And it's going to go through Jupiter and Neptune. And because you now know, on the basis of this knowledge, you'll now imagine in Pisces new possibilities. I want you to really just think about how amazing, how does that feel? Because like, this is where these hacks will manifest stuff quick, because now you're harnessing your highest power. Bam. Synchronicities on fleek. And this is you legitimately stepping into new territory, uncharted territory, with all this knowledge you're manifesting. So you definitely want to continue to have fun with this. And it's the square to Uranus that's going to give you unique insight. You're gonna have personal insight versus traditional knowledge. And like, the knowledge is going to help you, but let Uranus clash with Saturn to, based on that knowledge, give you your own unique way. It's like the knowledge is how to add or how to do 5 times 5, but the square to Uranus is, oh, I don't even have to do it that way. I have my own unique way of just knowing. So the Aquarius will put in check that unique way to make sure it's aligned in integrity, but it doesn't have to fit in that traditional way. This is going to break you through in activating your unique abilities, because there's only one you. And so don't necessarily like hold yourself back when it comes to embracing that facet of yourself, because it'll definitely take you a long way, and it'll help you progress accordingly. So, I mean, that's really all I have to say. Really embrace that at this level. Remember, this is an activation cycle. So what you're activating is new. You're literally now stepping into a new mechanics of manifesting a higher level of your abilities. And Mercury is going to retrograde so that you can reevaluate this new neural pathways you've developed, because you're going to be doing things at an advanced level now. And while Venus is retrograding, the sun is also going to be facilitating an understanding of the relationships you're meant to establish. So you're going to be feeling into them before they kind of come into form. And this is where you want your feelings that you project to the universe and the frequency you're laying out to align with what you intend, not worries that will kind of get in the way. Other than that, in a nutshell, you're gaining intimate understanding of the knowledge of manifesting your greatest self. It's going to shock you, because you're going to realize how many of you have overcomplicated it when it's really as simple as breathing for many of you. So in this process of extraordinary embodiment, I hope you enjoy this, because this is going to step you into the divine experience of divine abilities in connection with your highest self. So what are you excited to manifest? What is your soul name? What abilities are you manifesting? You're coming into higher knowledge of this before you experience this in Pisces and begin to practice. Because everything you practice, moon in Pisces, when the moon is in Gemini before the full moon, you're perfected at a personal intellectual level and you have your own ideas. Ow. But before that, you're manifesting so much knowledge. You're going to really just download a higher level of knowledge of, you know, how and knowing what you're manifesting. So enjoy that. It's coming from within. And don't let other people tell you about you in ways that don't resonate with what you know you are. Because this is going to be a way people can manipulate you and gaslight you. But, you know, unless what they're saying is true, then accept it. But don't let people play you. Y'all stay blessed as always.